During this segment, you're going to learn about the Citrix Toolbar. So the first thing I'm going to go over is how you can navigate back and forth between your physical desktop on your actual machine and this virtual layer desktop. So right now you're not seeing the full toolbar because I have it minimized in order to do this screencast. However, if you maximize your screen by clicking on this icon here, you would then have a larger toolbar, and by selecting the little toolbar, you would then be able to see all the features across it. In addition to the ones that I have here, there would be two icons. One that would reside on the left hand side that would say Home Desktop, and then another one that would be your virtual desktop. So if I were to click on the icon that says Home Desktop, that would take me back to my physical machine's desktop. And then to get back to Citrix, I can easily just go on the bottom of my toolbar on my physical desktop and choose Citrix to get back to the virtual world. Other items that are important on this toolbar is the Control-Alt-Delete function. So when I'm in the virtual realm, I definitely do not want to do Control-Alt-Delete on my physical keys on my computer, otherwise that's affecting my physical desktop. In this case, I need an option to be able to do the same kind of functions, but in the virtual realm. So here, instead of doing Control-Alt-Delete with my keys, I click on this Control-Alt-Delete keyboard icon. Now it gives me options that I can do different things. So I can lock the computer, just as I can on the other one, so that you need a code to get into it, which would be your access code to log on. I can log off of the virtual desktop this way, or one thing that's really important is knowing how to change your password. So if you want to change your password for your Gmail as well as your virtual, you know that you can go inside here now and actually change your password at any time that works for you. So I'm going to cancel out of this. So that is the Control-Alt-Delete function. The next one is this little USB devices. And so when I click on that, it just tells me everything that is linked to. So it's telling me that I have an external hard drive linked to it. I'm not sure what this particular piece is. And then it tells me that right now my USB headset that I'm speaking into right now is linked to this also. So it basically just tells you the external things that are linked up to your computer. The next button over is the preferences. And this one you're not going to have to do a whole lot with because it has lots of default settings in there that are best practice anyway. However, I'll just go over some of the pieces. So I'm actually going to take you right to the HDX. So for example, if you could not access your files on your physical computer as I showed you in the second segment video, then you would have to go through here and ensure that you have read-write access enabled for that. And that should be the default, so that shouldn't be a confusion for you. But if it is, this is where you would go to change that so you can access it. If your microphone is not working, this is where you would have to go to enable your microphone so that you can tell that mine is enabled. The flash acceleration is referring to content that is delivered via flash. So for example, if you're wanting to look at YouTube videos on your virtual desktop, then you just have to ensure that this is enabled so that you have the proper streaming of it. Otherwise, if you're seeing glitchiness or it's not streaming very nice or it looks granulated, you know that you have this disabled and you have to enable it. Therefore, it just works and streams better through your virtualized desktop. So I'm going to go ahead and say OK. So that is pretty much the basics of the toolbar. There's not a whole lot going on in the Citrix toolbar, but that does give you a brief understanding. Thank you.